Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. And we are talking about Big Brother.
What are we?
The Jack eviction party. Oops, spoilers.
But first, hey guys, if you're new to our channel, please click subscribe and maybe give it a like too.
Yes, and if you want to support us on Patreon, what's stopping you?
Right?
Do it.
It's fun.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to recap Wednesday and Thursday's show. This was just wonderful.
What a week.
Oh boy.
What a week.
It's been great. So coming into Wednesday's episode, we've just seen the noms of Jack and Jackson, and Jess is very much like, ooh, shots fired.
Shots fired.
I did it. Like,
and we got two little pity parties going on.
Oh,
one
yes.
for Jack, one for Jackson.
Right, they're both like very upset. But Jackson, I think, is even more upset with what happened with the six, right? Like he's
so
like,
hurt.
These people can go F themselves, like whatever. He is over the six.
He kind of became like a little Cody robot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm on the block. It's miserable.
Yeah.
Can't believe I trusted him. Well, I gotta fight. I'll do it.
Yeah, because Jack and Jackson are now just both very focused on like, we gotta win the veto, right? Which makes sense because they're like competition guys. Like they think they can both win it.
They thought, I remember the first episode, they said, we'll just win back to back and win it out.
Yeah.
That didn't work out, guys.
Didn't work. Jess is HOH. And there's more of that to come, folks.
Whew.
Then Christy brings up the panic power. Like throughout the episode, they're trying to make us think like, okay, maybe Christy's gonna use this. Like maybe this is the week because this is the week that it expires.
It is the last possible veto ceremony that she could use it. Now granted, she promised Jess before noms, I respect your HOH, I will not use my power, pretend it doesn't exist. Not gonna happen. Yeah. But I think when it got closer to veto, she was like, I'll use it if I have to.
Oh, I think she would have if it were a different outcome. But yeah. Then we also see like Jess is talking to people like, you know, Nick and Cliff and Nicole, and they're sort of like setting the stage like, this is a big moment, guys. Like this is potentially a turning point in the game. Jack has to go. If Jack doesn't go, just give him the $500,000. Like, she's really laying it on thick as the HOH. Like, Jack is my target. I need him to go. So Jack, of course, focused on winning the veto competition, is talking to Christy, Tommy, and Nick, who's really doing a good job of, like, playing the middle. I don't know if it's a good job.
I don't know if we'll say good job. He's playing
He's doing a job playing the middle. And Jack kind of, like, casually throws out, he's like, so, you know, if I get house guest choice, like, who wants to be my house guest pick? And they were like, we do. Like, all of them want to be his house guest choice, of course. And then he's like, whatever, like, I'm going to win veto and I'll just stay up there, BB first. And they're like, don't do that.
That's a dumb idea.
Yeah.
I love whoever it was that was like, they'll vote you out just for being
arrogant.
Yeah, arrogant.
I think Christy said that, which is true.
But also, not a BB first, so get out of here!
Yeah. So then it's the veto ceremony, and it kind of like, things kind of manifested. There's something in this house with manifesting things, because Nick made a comment about like, it's my time, like my name's gonna get picked, and Jack, of course, made the comment about house guest choice, because Jess gets house guest choice, she chooses Kat. Jack then gets house guest choice, he chooses Tommy, and then Jackson draws Nick. It's a weird, I mean...
It was a weird...
The editors must have been like, this is amazing, like that we are gonna make this happen, and like make it seem like everybody manifested this.
It kind of worked out that way.
Yeah.
But then I think when they saw what the competition was, they were like, never mind. There was definitely a point where Nick was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. He's like on the floor in child's pose, feeling sick.
A lot of them are feeling sick. Like Jack was out and so it's the spinny thing, right? They're like launching their target. Just getting very nauseated. And like, even after people are out of this competition, like they're feeling like, sick. Yeah. And, like,
it looks like it would be that way. I think ironically though, Jess didn't look like she was bothered by it.
She was like,
and
are you guys okay?
she was closing her eyes. This is weird to me because I saw, like when Tommy was doing his like dancer spotting.
And Jackson was kind of doing that too.
And I think Kat was trying it and I was like, oh, they've got it. And then Jess gets up there and she just closes her eyes. That should make you
not a good strategy.
Way more nauseous.
Yes.
And she was like, y'all feel sick?
She just has an iron stomach, I guess, because like she seemed unbothered by this competition.
She really did.
And, you know, like we spoiled in our last video, like she pulled it out. There were a couple of moments where I was like, how did Jess win this? Because she like tied with Jackson for the lowest score at one point, but then somebody of course got lower.
It really is
it's random
crapshoot.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean,
she got lucky.
Yeah. exactly. Kat gets out first, and then Jack's right behind her.
Which is great.
And then Tommy.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
And then Jackson's out.
And then Jackson, you're like, oh, I'm not looking good for those noms.
Yeah, so when it's final two, I'm kind of like, I think either Nick or Jess would be fine. Of course, we know, like, we had it spoiled.
Yeah, there is no way Nick could have risked taking someone down.
No.
So that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But I think Nick was like, tap out. Yeah. I don't want to do this one anymore.
Yeah, right. But I don't really think you can throw this competition unless he launched his rocket way off the mat or something. Yeah. But he didn't want to be that obvious and
really
throw it.
There's no way to throw it.
But the way this ended up, with the way people got, because it's the one where you swap your prizes, right? It's like, the people who got punished are exactly the 3 people you want to get punished. And the people who win prizes are exactly the 3 people you want to win prizes. So it was a great veto competition.
It was. And honestly, this whole week, Tommy's been sort of complaining that he gave Kat the Hawaii trip. He gave it to her.
Oh, gave it to her. Yeah, gifted it to her.
I don't know about Tommy. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We see Christy, Jess, and Kat in bed. And we talked about this a little bit in our last video because this is the same conversation where Christy tells Kat, if you were to keep Jackson, I would have to believe that you really all know each other. But what they show in the show is, oh yeah, we have these votes, and they list Nick, and of course Jess and Kat are like, I don't think that's...
Who to what now?
You don't got Nick. But they don't say that. They're just like,
And Christy, we've started seeing a lot of Christy in this episode because she still feels like she's running this house,
Isn't she running this house, guys?
There was a moment in the bathroom where she's like, I despise Jackson now, and like, he's got to go. And she's telling Jack, like, Jackson, I want you to stay, and Jackson has to go because he's after me, and like, I can't trust him. And she doesn't say one thing about how Jackson is bad for Jack's game. It's just all about like, Jackson's bad for me, so he's got to go. And Jack's like, yeah, I 100% agree with everything you say. That's great. And then also Christy has the moment where she's like, I'm going to pitch Jess on using my power, and then I'll be in, or whoever will be in charge of, naming the replacement nominee. This is before Jess wins the veto, of course. But it's just Christy still feeling full of herself.
It's Christy's show, you guys. It's Christy's show.
She is used to being in charge, but she's not so much in charge anymore. So then there's the moment where we see, is it Jack?
Jackson overhearing.
Yeah, Jackson overhears Jack, Tommy, Christy, and Nick talking.
Yes.
Specifically Nick here is the detail, right?
Right, because they're like, shh, like, let's lay low till after the ceremony. We know for sure who's going to be on the blog. Like, if we make it like push, we want to keep Jack, then maybe she'll mess with the noms.
Right, maybe she'll put one of us up.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
So Jackson overhears and takes it to the group. We should fill in the blanks here that, like, Jackson has been looped in this whole time by the Cliff Jess group that
he's not the target.
You're not the target, you're safe.
Yeah.
So he feels comfortable like revealing information to them of like, look, this is the game they're playing, I just overheard it. And because they had recently heard Christy being like, we got Nick's vote, they do take a moment to be like, what is Nick doing?
Yeah.
Like, does he need to come off the block?
Yeah.
Because we can do that.
Yeah, and Jess is like, I will make the boss move.
Yeah.
Like, I will take somebody down and put Nick up if I have to put Nick up if he's going to play both sides, right?
Yeah.
And it's just them getting a little inflamed in the moment.
Right. It did not last long.
Yeah.
We kind of touched on it last video where this happened, but then, Cliff and Nicole were like,
Calm
he's
down.
playing both sides.
We all do it a little bit.
Nick's with us on this vote.
We can trust him.
Yeah. So it ends up not happening as we see the video ceremony happens and both the Jacks are on the block.
Oh, what a wonderful ending to the Wednesday episode. So then the beginning of Thursday episode, well, at the end of Wednesday's episode as well, we see Tommy get his punishment.
Oh yeah,
which
we
was
do.
like fun.
BB Explorer.
Yes, and then Thursday's episode starts with Jackson and Jack's punishments, which were even better than Tommy's.
But these only lasted like 24 hours because they were so intense.
Yes.
The slime, I mean, Jackson was not happy about it, but it was very cute the way it was edited.
It was cute.
And then Jack was a good sport about it. So.
He was, yeah, but that guy, bring him back every season.
Oh, I think they are.
He is so fun. Yeah, that was so great just to see food poured on Jack and writing stupid on his chest and that honestly and that stupid name tag tattoo.
That was the best.
Yeah. It was so good.
We see a little bit of this love fest that had me just dying on the feet.
Oh God.
It's started with Tommy, Sis, and Holly. I'm like, oh man,
we're so
this
sad.
This thing fell apart. And then Jack and Christy come in and they're like, oh, we wish that we could have been Michael Sing, the fell apart. And then at one point they come and get Jackson and he's like, no, this is really crappy.
Yeah. It was so good because they're all like trying to just kind of like butter each other up and whatever. And he's like, no.
He's like, I don't have the energy for this.
I'm praying for you that you find the closure that you need.
That is such a dig.
Yeah. And like Jack tried to stand up and be like, Jackson, I'm sorry. Like I betrayed your trust. And Jackson's like, you did. Like, I would have died for you in this game, and you're gonna watch this back and see that everything, like, he just was not having any sympathy for anybody in that group, and so they're just like, well, this was not the moment we were having.
No. Christy, you know, obviously it's edited, but Christy went on forever as she does.
Oh.
I this, I that, and Jackson's just like, are you kidding me? I don't have any desire to sit here and do this. So then when it's Jackson's turn and she interjects, I was so glad that they kept him being like, look, I'll talk, but like I'm not doing this.
Because she kind of said that he said something, right? And he was like, so I will be here if I can speak for myself, but I will leave if you're gonna put words in my mouth. Which was so great because like that is Christy's MO.
Yeah, and then of course they cut to her in the DR being like, obviously he can't apologize, and it's like, you didn't really apologize either, so like, okay, I'm just loving that you two just like keep that up. Keep it up.
Yeah, that was great. Well, then it comes down to Jack sort of talking about, I gotta rally the votes, right? And so we get to see.
Yeah, because we see Jackson say like, I'm not campaigning.
Right.
Cut to Jack.
He's a man of his word.
Jack is campaigning.
Jack is going to campaign. And he's going to campaign with Cliff first, right? So he's going to get Cliff Hogg's vote.
Gotta get Cliff. Now,
and it's just great to see him grovel, I have to say.
Oh my gosh. So enjoyable.
Yeah.
Now, the Christys and the Tommies and the Jacks of the world were really delusional, thinking that they have Nick and they have Cliff. And then when Cliff and Nick were kind of like, can I see where the house is? They were like, oh, we have to work for this.
Yeah.
So that's when Jack is like, I'm gonna offer Cliff the world.
Safety and blah, blah, blah. I wasn't even listening because I was just like, beg more, please,
First off,
beg.
you are not in a position to give safety.
Yeah.
But you could say like Final Two or something like really exciting, but he didn't. He was just basically like, we'll bring you in as like number 6 and 7 to our group.
What kind of deal is that?
It was not a sweet deal, Jack.
No.
But when you're in power for so long, you don't really know.
You don't know how to make a good deal.
Yeah. So we got to talk about this because it wasn't shown in the episode.
Yes, exactly.
His plan B, if he couldn't get Cliff, was this blackmail against Kat. Because who doesn't want to vote for you when you blackmail them, right?
Right, yeah.
That's foolproof.
Oh, yeah. That's a way to get
always
people
works.
on your side, you know?
For sure.
Long-lasting trust when you're blackmailing people, for sure.
So we kept having to wait on the feeds for this big blackmail plan. They kept like dangling it in front of us because Cliff was not giving his answer.
Yes.
So it was finally today, the day of the eviction.
Because Cliff said, like, I'll tell you my answer day of.
Yeah.
So Jack was just kind of waiting for Cliff to get back to him.
Yeah.
Didn't talk to anybody else in the meantime.
Not really.
Just waiting for Cliff.
Nope, just his little group.
But when Cliff finally said, sorry,
look,
can't do it.
All respect, dude, but I can't beat you. I have a better chance with these other people. I gotta vote you out.
So then it's like plan blackmail Cat time.
Yes. But by this time, I think Jack, like the wind's out of his sails or something. It did not turn into an actual blackmail.
No, because Cliff kind of said, like, I don't really recommend like doing the cat thing, but it's your game.
It's your game.
Yeah.
It's your game,
so you do what you need to. But yeah, I think that like kind of sucked a little momentum out of Jack.
Yeah.
And he just kind of did a half-hearted attempt.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, why'd he just find out about this? And Kat's just like, huh? So wait, why? Well,
what are you talking about?
How would he find out about it? She was almost like, are you trying to blackmail
she was
me?
Baiting him a little bit.
Yeah, she was like, how would it, like, are you saying Jackson would tell if I kept him? Like, she's like trying to fill in the blanks because he's really not doing a great job of it. And he was just like, come on, we can run this game. We got this. And she was like, but then what happens?
Right. And
like, how long are you loyal to me? He's like, you're thinking too far ahead.
Right. And she's like, how is this good for me?
Yeah.
Because Kat is just so wonderful, right? She already knows that this is going to happen.
Yes.
Because Cliff has taken the information back to the group,
Yes,
right? And he said, like, you know, Jack is going to, like, try to blow up this information when Kat threw her vote one way. Remember a long time ago when she was like, don't think I don't know what's happening, but I'm voting this way. Like, that was what Jack was trying to blow up. But because Cliff took the information back to everybody, they all knew.
Yeah.
Jess knew.
At this point,
Nicole
Jess
knew.
already knows. I kind of, part of me wanted Kat to be like, oh yeah, no, Jess knows about
Jess
that.
knows that.
And just be like, well, that was, I don't
Shut it down.
What do I have to say?
Yeah.
But I think she didn't really want to like give him an answer
She
and
just wanted
give him
to toy with
information.
him, yes.
She was just like, oh. She was like, can I think about it?
Yeah.
And he was like, I really prefer an answer. She's like, I'm a marinator type person.
Which is,
I gotta do my hair and makeup.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I can only imagine it's because she's like, why didn't you talk to me sooner?
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't know
You
that my
haven't
vote
wanted to
mattered.
Yeah,
and he's like, no, what did you think the numbers were? And she's like, I don't know what the numbers were. And she's
he
just
had to have
mocking
been dying
him. Yes.
inside. If he legitimately thought like she's an idiot and I'm groveling to her, I can't believe this is where my life is.
Yeah.
What his inside his
And
brain.
I'm sure that's exactly what she wanted the inside of his brain to be.
She was really messing with him.
Really
big
milking
time.
it. Yeah.
It was great. But it didn't make the episode because honestly, it wasn't gonna affect
It was a
his
moot
game.
point. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we get to the eviction ceremony. They do their speeches. Jack cannot help himself. He is condescending to so many people, like making fun of the way Holly gets proud of herself when she says something funny, and making fun of Kat for checking herself out in the mirror. It's just like everybody is kind of left with that face where they're like, wait, what did you?
Wait, were these compliments,
Yeah.
Jack? Because he's like, I've learned these things about you, but it didn't sound complimentary.
Right. That sounded kind of insulting.
What
Like
did
he was
you
making fun of the way like
say?
Jess slurps her milk out of the spoon or something. I don't even know. It was just the most Jack speech ever. I don't know what we expected.
Right.
But
because if you really want to say like I've learned things about you, and you're just saying surface level things like how you eat, you haven't learned anything about
you
them.
haven't learned anything.
So anyway, long horrible speech.
Horrible.
Then Jackson was also kind of horrible, but he was like at least trying to be like,
He tried to be a gentleman.
Southern gentleman.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Whatever.
Anyway, so it doesn't matter because now we go to the votes.
Yeah.
And this is what was interesting because we were pretty sure that Jack was going to be evicted. But how the votes were going to fall is what I wanted to know because Tommy has said this week, hey guys, let me know so that I can be on the right side of the vote. And there was also like, do we want him to be on the right side of the vote? Like, and also, do we want him mad at us? So all of this stuff in the air. So it was interesting that Sis and Christy voted to evict Jackson.
Well, Christy is hoping that the universe is going to reward loyalty, you know? Like she's manifesting that outcome for herself. But they're the only two who vote for Jack.
Good luck with that.
I know,
Christy.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, those are the only two. Tommy did flip his vote once he learned, and I can't wait to find out if Christy and Tommy talked about that, or if that was a surprise to Christy. If this is the start of Tommy cutting ties with Christy, I would be interested in that.
Yeah, I would like those details.
But so yeah, that was what 6-2 then was the final vote to evict Jack.
Now we have to talk about this interview because I don't think I've ever seen anything like it on Big
intense.
Brother.
It was, well, we've had some iffy ones, but this,
This, I just don't know that I have seen them show somebody
Show the
clips.
receipts, yes.
Julie was like, let me pull out my file.
Yeah, we've got some footage
clips.
we'd like to show you. And I'm like, huh?
What are you going to show?
Jack's like,
Yeah.
And yeah, they did not even like conserve time. We know producers have to worry about time.
Yeah.
They were like, no, full clip.
Full clip. Because the eviction happened at like 35, right? Out of 60 minutes of the show. I'm like, where are they going from here?
They're like, we have a long interview.
We have footage.
Planned.
Okay, we have like minutes of footage that we just need to, we need Jack to sit there and watch it.
I literally think I was like this.
Yes. You were.
So nervous.
And
I was like watching Jack's face the whole time. I was sweating. It was intense, but bravo.
I mean, he handled it as well as he could have, honestly. I was
bravoing Julie. Just
well, no, 100%. But I have to say, like, I wish Jack would have come off worse because he wasn't
problem.
floundering.
He's well-spoken.
He had an answer for everything.
Charismatic. That's the problem.
Yeah, as BS as his answers were, he was able to kind of come up with something that I think some people will believe. Yeah. Which is unfortunate. Like, I wanted him to be like, blah, blah, blah.
Flustered, yeah. I wanted to see him be like, oh my God, this whole time people were like saying this stuff about me. Oh my God.
Right.
But he was on it. He was quick. He had clear words to say.
He explained away the mud hole thing.
They don't all make sense.
He was like,
he's like, I love Kimmy. She's a great person inside and out. And it's like, no, obviously you don't.
We know that's not true.
But he said it nicely, and so you're like, what?
Yeah.
But he's still going to go to the jury house and fume about that because he was just embarrassed.
Humiliated on television.
As his eviction.
Yeah.
They set time to humiliate you.
And like, how uncomfortable would it be? Like, clearly Jack is a racist.
Clearly.
I mean, I just don't know if there's any way of getting around that. But how uncomfortable would it be to be sitting across from Julie Chen and for her to call you out for a racist comment against another Asian?
Oh my God, when she brought up Bella, I was like, here we go. Yes. But of course he was like, nothing to do with it.
So it had to do with slop, of course.
But here's the thing I've learned from all my experience with racists.
Oh, she's from Florida, folks.
Hey! They don't know they're racist. So, you literally throw the receipts in their face and they're like, I'm not racist. Like, it's not what I meant.
Yeah.
They can say it all day long.
Right.
And so he'll still live his life denying it because he truly doesn't think he's a bad person.
And he's like, I just want some alone time. And Julie's like, you're going to get it in the jury house.
You're going to get it.
So enjoy.
I don't know if anyone has, like, what did you take away from this experience? And he's like, don't do it. Has anyone ever said that before? I certainly don't remember people being like, if you ever get this opportunity, don't do it.
Right. Oh yeah, Big Brother's horrible.
Yeah, I can't wait to be by myself in a jury room because this was a nightmare.
Wow, you're gonna go down as a real fan favorite, Jack.
Oh yeah, no,
hold your breath for America's favorite player.
It wasn't gonna happen, so that's fine.
So Jack is gone. I am thrilled.
Let's not talk about him again till finale night.
Okay. So now it's the HOH competition.
Oh, right, that thing.
And we've seen this competition before. It was fun last time.
Oh, it was last year. I forget. It was like... Because didn't Casey win it last year?
But they just pushed themselves off. They just launched themselves last year. They didn't have a way to, stop themselves.
But this time they had the oar to drag themselves, which kind of made it fun, a little bit more strategy. Yeah. Like, how do I do this?
Yeah. Started off strong.
Well, started off with Christy, and then started off with ended off with Tommy.
And then that was it.
And that was it. So Tommy is our HOH.
Okay, so it's not great, it's not horrible, I think.
Well, I think that Tommy has been holding back. He specifically has been throwing all the competitions, and now that the 6 is blown up, he lost his dear friend Jack.
He's got to protect himself.
He's ready to start playing and winning competitions. What I don't know is how much he is cutting from Christy, and I also don't know exactly who he's targeting. What I do know is that he has been kissing up to Jackson and Holly, really regrets that there was ever a divide, and wants to move forward with them after Jack is gone. So I don't think it'll be Jackson. I think obviously it's going to be someone on the Cliff's Angels side.
Yeah.
Christy's been really mad at Kat this whole week. Kat is the one who really burned her. And so Christy has been talking that up, but I just don't know how much Tommy is talking to Christy. I don't know.
I mean, Christy clearly, if Christy and Tommy are still together, Christy hates Jackson. She hates him so much, but I don't think, because of what Sarah said about Tommy's kind of been trying to make good with Jackson, I don't think she's really going to get through to him in that way, but I could see her potentially getting him to put up a Kat, maybe.
Right, a Kat and a Cliff. The Tommy group, the 6 shooters, whatever we want to call them now, go back and forth on Cliff so much. They love him, they hate him. They love him, they hate him. So who knows if they hate him right now. They have definitely loved and hated him this past week. So it could definitely be a Cliff and a Kat. They're also hot and cold on Nicole, except that Nick is kind of in their ear right now. So if they continue to trust him, he has talked up Nicole a lot this week. So maybe Nick is able to rescue Nicole. I don't know. This is going to be very interesting to see what Tommy does. We also have the field trip. because somebody will become a third nominee
That
this
gets
week.
revealed on Sunday.
Yes, we've been voting.
Yes.
Somebody will be safe though. I mean, if he puts up people and for some reason they go on the field trip and win safety, I guess they go down.
Because it's interesting, like I wonder what the timing will be. Like maybe the field trip thing will be before the noms?
I don't know. I would guess noms will happen. And then it'll be announced this field trip, and then it'll be announced
Okay.
a third nominee. And but if someone got safety, do they then come off the
block?
noms?
See, that's why I think the vote
before
might...
noms. If it's before noms, though, then you know who's safe, but you also know who's a third nominee, so you could pick your two off of that.
Interesting strategy challenge us with that, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is interesting. The last time we can vote, though, is Friday morning.
Yeah, so get those votes in.
Get your votes in, but that means I wonder when they would tell, because they would have to tell them on Friday if it was before noms.
Yeah. We shall see.
We shall.
Expect the unexpected, you guys.
We always do.
Yes. I mean, I do think it's telling, not to like go on and on about, you know, Tommy winning the HOH, but I think it's telling that Christy and Tommy were the top two. I think they knew that they were in danger. They knew that this was a must win for them. They needed to protect each other and themselves. And so they were really gunning for this.
And I think they're good at comps.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these are not, I have to be strong or I have to be smart. Like, you just have to figure something out. And they're able to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Tommy has been throwing.
Yeah.
But they're both good at comps.
They're both physical. They're both smart. Like, that's just a reality.
I mean, it made me nervous. Like, if the two of them went on the field trip, I'd feel like they both could win it and be safe.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Tommy's not going to go on the field trip because he's HOH.
He's HOH, yeah. Much to come this week. This will be an interesting one for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we had fun, you guys.
Yes.
Jack Eviction Party.
Oh.
It trended on
Twitter. I know.
I put my water bottle in the fridge.
Yes.
It was just good times all around.
Yeah, we were just enjoying ourselves this week.
It was. It's fun when we band together.
Yes, we'll see how much of a turning point in the game this really was.
Yes.
But,
how things change this week. Let's see how buddy Jackson and Holly are with Tommy.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Can't wait for those feeds.
Oh my gosh, you guys. What did you think about all of this Jack Eviction Party week?
Yes, and who are you hoping will go on that field trip?
Yes, and who do you think Tommy's going to put up on the blast?
All right, let us know what you think, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.